Well, hello folks, and welcome back to the channel. I have a short video for you today in honor of Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, which should be releasing here in a couple of weeks by the time this video gets posted. So you may have heard me mention in some of our previous videos that our game room flooded about a month ago, and that cleanup hasn't even started yet. So I am kind of just going through boxes of stuff, and occasionally I find some treasures I sort of knew I had, but I didn't know where they were, and that includes a bunch of Mad Max style cars that you could use for Gaslands or some other post-apocalyptic vehicular combat type game. So just for fun, I thought maybe we could look at some of these and then debate in the comment section about whether I should pull them out of the original packaging and use them for Gaslands, or leave them snugly tucked away for future generations, or maybe sell them to help pay some bills. So we can talk about that in the comment section. Please do let me know what you think. And also, if you're a fan of Gaslands, Mad Max, or anything kind of in that genre, make sure you check out our Gaslands playlist on the channel. There's about 14 videos in there, so maybe there's a Gaslands video or two among them that you haven't seen yet. But before we get into the die-cast cars, here is my Mad Max Anthology Blu-ray set that I picked up 8 or 9 years ago. It includes the 4 first movies, plus a documentary on the making of Mad Max, which is pretty crazy. But anyway, when I pulled this out of the DVD rack to show it to you, I found something inside that I'd forgotten I had. And that is a set of 4 art cards that were included in the Blu-ray collection. So there's Mad Max. There's the Road Warrior. Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. And of course, Fury Road. So yeah, I was happy to find those. But the topic today is die-cast cars, so let's take a look at some. So here are a couple of Johnny Lightning die-cast cars with Main Force Patrol paint jobs. But there's something off about these, and let me tell you what that is. So these are definitely Mad Max-inspired Main Force Patrol type cars. This one here is a 1968 AMC AMX. And this one here, which even has Interceptor on the back, is a 1971 Chevy Chevelle SS. So I did a little cursory research online, and multiple sources kind of confirmed that the vehicles used in Mad Max for Main Force Patrol were actually Ford Falcons. So according to Wikipedia, there was an Australian version of the Ford Falcon made by Ford Australia from 1960 to 2016, and there was also a North American version of the Falcon produced from 1960 to 1970. But neither of these are Ford Falcons. And if you look on the back, there is no reference to Mad Max or anything like that, and certainly no Ford Falcon. So I'm not sure what's going on here. This is definitely a Main Force Patrol vehicle, but it is a Chevy Chevelle, which did not appear in the movie. And this is definitely a Main Force Patrol vehicle, but it's an AMC AMX, which also did not appear in the movie. Regardless, though, these are pretty cool cars, and I keep threatening to pull them out of the original packaging and use them for some type of Mad Max style game of Gaslands, but I haven't summoned up the courage yet. Okay, so way back in 2015, a few months after Fury Road debuted, there was a Mad Max video game which you can still get to this day. And I believe this car here was a promotional item that kind of coincided with the release of the video game, so not tied directly to the movie. And as you can see here, it was made by a company called Made to Order, one die-cast collectible. So not made by Hot Wheels, Matchbox, or anybody else, just some promotional company. And I think these were distributed at places like GameStop. I can't quite remember where I got this one, but they are available on eBay. You can find quite a few of them, and they're not super expensive. So that is the Mad Max video game promotional vehicle, and it too is still in the original packaging, though I have seen people use these for Gaslands because they're kind of pre-built. Then we got a couple of 1973 Ford Falcon XBs. So Greenlight cars tend to be a little bit bigger than Matchbox and Hot Wheels cars, but not so much bigger that it would be a problem in a game of Gaslands. Now you can tell this is an Australian vehicle because it has a kangaroo crossing the background, and it has the blower as featured in several of the Mad Max movies. Now, obviously the last of the V8 Interceptors was not yellow, but I got the yellow version here because I wanted to see if I could somehow match the Main Force Patrol paint scheme. Haven't tried that yet, but it's a dream I have, so maybe someday. Now this black 1973 Ford Falcon XB is labeled last of the V8 Interceptors, which might make one think this is a Mad Max tie-in, but there is no mention of Mad Max on this packaging anywhere. Though I do wonder why they didn't try to make it a direct Mad Max tie-in, but I guess they assumed that people would draw their own conclusions. And finally, here's an IG-88 Hot Wheels Star Wars character car from about 2017. And the reason I got this and included it in the box with the rest of the cars was it reminds me a lot of Papagallo's Lone Wolf vehicle from the Road Warrior. Remember that kind of bullet-shaped car he had? So yeah, that could kind of fit in. You just stick a little Papagallo in there, and he'd be ready to rock and roll. All right, folks, that's a wrap on today's video, talking about Mad Max, die-cast cars, Gaslands, and other fun stuff. If you have any thoughts about these topics, please leave a comment in the comment section, and maybe we'll see you in a couple of weeks at Furiosa. Until then, take care of yourselves out there, watch out for roving bands of wasteland raiders, and we'll see you next time.